Hey everybody, it's John Register. So glad that you are just checking in for a few minutes. It is December the 3rd and International Day of Persons with Disabilities Day. I never thought that this day would be as significant as it is to me right now. I just finished about 10 miles on my bicycle. I just signed up for the Iron Horse Bicycle Classic. It is a 50-mile uphill ride. I'm crazy for doing it, but crazy as crazy does. Whoop, whoop. And but I didn't think I would ever be in this space or, looking at it from this different lens. And, a little while ago when I was 29 years of age, I had an accident. I went across a hurdle. I was a 400-meter hurdler, and I misstepped the hurdle, landed awkwardly, dislocated my left knee, severed the artery behind the kneecap, and 7 days later became an amputee. Poor circulation was the result, was the cause, and the result was the amputation about 7 days afterward. So what do? You kind of pick up, you retool. I was always thinking about I was going to get back to my old life, do the things I used to do. And I found out that in resilience and the bounce back, like a rubber band bouncing back, you don't bounce back like that. Because a rubber band, when it stretches, a professor told me that it recoils, and that recoil is resilience. Well, my rubber band broke, so I don't get to go back to the old self. Even when it comes back, it doesn't come back to its original shape. It's stretched a little bit more and loses some of its elasticity in the rubber band. So I had to figure out what it is that I could do to move forward. And I found that inside the word resilience resides the word silence. So I had to become silent. I had to hear my own voice. And using a metaphor for the hurdles, the starter always says quiet before the start. And so how can you hear your own voice when you are thrust into a situation that is not going back to your old self, but is creating a new normal? And that's what we've been doing. I swam for physical therapy, um, and somehow fluked up, messed up, and made the Paralympic swim team. Went to Atlanta, saw athletes running and jumping on artificial legs. In fact, one person, he was running and jumping, he's running down the long jump runway so fast, leg over leg, that he hit the takeoff board with the entire crowd cheering and clapping for him. And he leapt into the air at the apex, the height of his flight. His artificial leg flew off. And he lands in the sand here, and his artificial leg lands 3 feet up in front of him. The whole crowd goes dead silent. But he turns back to the long jump official and says, "So where are you going to measure my jump from? From right here, or my artificial leg landed up there?" And I said, "That's a brilliant attitude to have." So I had artificial leg made for running, and 4 years later went to the Paralympic Games in Sydney, Australia, and came back with the silver medal, earning the silver medal in the long jump, setting the American record in the process. So I say all that to say this. You, too, are amazing and inspirational. And no matter if you have a disability or not, you can be a friend of the movement. But move and advance somebody past their limitations, their own limitations first, and then the limitations that are placed on them by other people who believe for them what they can or cannot do based upon what they could or could not do. That's their self-belief, if they were in that situation. And then finally, removing the stigmas there in the first place. So that's my thoughts for today. You can check me out on my website, johnregister.com. I also have a blog talk. We did blog talk radio, which is now on iTunes and Google Play. And a little bit earlier this year, if you scroll down through the history, you will see an interview with the amazing Judith Human. And we had a great talk around a lot of different topics. I think you should check that one out. I'll try to put the link on this one as well. So check me out there. Follow me on all my social media platforms. And let's continue to move forward. And pray for me on my bicycle ride. I got to get up 50 miles up this big, big hill. 2 mountain passes, no oxygen, 11,000 feet. It's gnarly. I've done it once before, and I don't know what made me possess the reason I was going to do it again. Maybe because I want to go into outer space. Woo! My name's John Register. Peace. Go forth and inspire your world.